So this is the story of how I went from being a college grad making smoothies and juices for $12 an hour to building a $20K a month digital marketing agency by the age of 25 in less than 18 months. Now, for those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Stevie Johnson. I'm the founder and CEO of an award-winning Inc. 500 lead gen agency that does multiple seven figures a year in revenue. Now, I want to be transparent. I've been in the game now strong for 5 years, but this video is special because we're running it back to 2017, 2018 of how it all got started. So I actually want to break this video up into two key stages. The first stage is how I went from 0 to 5K. The second stage is how I went from 5K to 20K. So I was exposed to Facebook ads for the first time in 2015 when I was a senior in college at Arizona State. My roommate had an apparel company. At that time, I was completely ignorant of Facebook ads, Shopify, e-commerce, didn't know anything. But one day, he had two guys come over and they were working on an ad campaign. They were kind of just explaining it to me and I was absolutely mind blown. Like, my first immediate thought was, who are you guys and how did Facebook let you guys behind the platform to basically show the ads that everyone sees? It was just crazy because I was mind blown overall on the whole concept. I just thought that you had to be super special to be behind Facebook to run ads. I mean, I was pretty ignorant at the time. So meanwhile, I was working at Chop Shop in Old Town Scottsdale making $12 an hour making smoothies and juices. I'm finishing up my senior year. I know that I have nothing lined up because I'm terrible in school. I literally graduated with a 2.1 economics degree, terrible at school. I continue working at Chop Shop after college, and really I knew that I wanted to be a business owner because I was extremely passionate about fitness and nutrition, and I knew that this cafe that grew from 1 to 3 locations actually did really good in revenue, and I wanted to learn how to replicate it out in California. So that was my goal going into it. So a year down the road, I worked my way from the ground up to assistant general manager. They gave me a $45,000 salary. At the time, I thought it was awesome, but shortly thereafter, I realized that I was broke. I had friends and I had acquaintances that worked out in the gym who were around my age, maybe a little bit older, who were driving the Mercedes, driving the BMWs, making the money, coming into the shop. I'm serving them smoothies. I'm serving them food. And I'm thinking, how long is it gonna take for me to be able to afford the apartment that I want, or to eat at the restaurants I want, or to drive the cars that I want? And so me serving all these awesome people in the Old Town Scottsdale community started to weigh on me. So every single day as I went to work, 6 a.m., serving people, stuck, living paycheck to paycheck, the pain started to build up. I started to lose my tolerance for making this sort of career a reality for myself. I needed money now. That was the thing. I needed money now. I needed lifestyle now. So it all comes down to this one incident where I'm basically making a smoothie for a customer who's extremely rude. And I was so fed up and I was so tired of just doing that sort of grind that for a split second, I was literally thinking and contemplating about throwing the smoothie at the guy's face. Thank God I didn't, because that's completely unacceptable. So from that moment on, I went home that night and realized that I needed to do something. The pain was super severe, but deep down inside, I knew that I was capable for more and that I just needed to sink my teeth in the right sort of opportunity. So about 1 to 2 weeks from that episode, the universe serves me an ad on Facebook. Tai Lopez, start a social media marketing agency. You can get 10 clients paying you $1,000 a month and make 10K a month. And when I read that, I was like, this is it. This is exactly what I'm gonna do. This totally makes sense to me, and I know I can do this. And so without even a hesitation, call my mom, tell her what I'm doing. She thinks I'm crazy. She thinks it's a scam. Obviously, the course was $700 at that time. That was literally gonna wipe out half my bank account. But I knew deep down inside that this seemed valid to me and it made sense, and I was gonna go all in. So my pain at this moment is super severe. I'm so ready for change, and my conviction on this business model is like 110%. Like, no one can convince me that I could not do it. That's how much conviction I had going into it. After week 1 of module, I was literally mind blown. I was so excited that I literally put in my 2 weeks like the next day, thinking that if I can just go through this course, I can get 3 clients and be able to afford rent and do all that stuff. So I literally put in my 2 weeks. The regional general manager thinks I'm freaking crazy and says, "Are you sure you want to do this?" And then obviously gives me the invitation to come back. Deep down inside, I tell myself I'm never coming back here, to be honest. So I go 1,000% into the modules. The program is 8 weeks. I finish it in 3 weeks. I'm extremely optimistic. Don't know shit about business. I'm honestly thinking to myself, this makes so much sense. I could literally get 3 clients like in the next 10 days and just pay for my rent and just completely never go back to a job. Obviously, it doesn't work like that. It's a lot harder than what they make it seem. And so rent's coming up. I have basically $800 to my name, and throughout all the modules and everything I've done, I'm still at $0. So what I end up doing is I end up getting a night job at Marcelino's Italian restaurant in Old Town Scottsdale. I have the perfect setup, right? I'm working night shifts. I'm able to cover my expenses, and I have the entire day, morning and afternoon, to literally build my agency. And that's exactly what I was trying to do. But the problem was I was all over the place. I had no niche. I was cold emailing, walking in businesses, cold calling dentists, plumbers, hairstylists, barbers, restaurants, submitting proposals all over the place, just dying to find my first client. And I had literally 0 traction for like 3 to 4 months while I'm working this busing job. And just know at the time I'm getting super discouraged. I'm like, this is way harder than what they make it seem. Overall, I just was trying to stay in the game and not be defeated. But at the end of the day, I knew that I couldn't continue being a busser boy. I wasn't going to get promoted into a waiter. That's exactly what I wasn't going to do. So I continued to just go on super, super strong, working all mornings and afternoons, basically 7 days a week on the agency, and then working nights at Marcelino's to make it happen. This is where it all changes. This is incredible. So I go to the gym, big gym guy, and hit front squats, no warm up, and completely throw out my neck. Now this has never happened to me in my life. Throw out my neck. The next morning, I have to roll out of bed. This is kind of scary. Super bad neck injury. Contact my mom, say, what the hell do I do? She said, go to a chiropractor. So I hit up basically the closest chiropractor to my house. And this is what sparked the initiation of me starting to get clients. So I'm in the chiro office, super cool doc. He played rugby. I played rugby in college. There's just a bond and a connection there. And I'm there to get out of neck pain, not to get a client. Like my neck's absolutely jacked up. Couldn't even turn it left or right. It was like pretty intense. And so I'm working with him. He literally gets me from like a level 9, 10 pain to literally no pain in 2 days. And so from there, obviously I'm super thankful that he was able to help me out. But at the same time, I then get the moment of who's doing your marketing? Who's helping you with marketing? I literally start to have that conversation with him, and I ask him, would you let me do your marketing for free? I'm going through this course, I'm learning all these digital marketing skills, and I feel like I can help you. So we meet up at Starbucks. He gives me the time of day, right? Because we just had that bond and that connection. He said, hey, I'll let you do it. Let's try 1 month. He gives me $500 in ad spend. Obviously, I'm doing it all for free. And so I go in, we start to build out the ads, I build out the landing page, I do it all myself, everything that I learned from the course. 2 weeks later, 0 results, like 2 leads, just terrible results. 1 month later, 0 results, like an absolute fall in the face. I go in, I take more photos, pictures, try to figure it out. It just never works. And so he loses money. I even get more discouraged because now I'm how many months in, just got my first client that's not even paying me. I pretty much apply everything that I've learned from the course and it just falls on its face and gets 0 results. So now I'm coming from a place of like, what the fuck? Like, how is this even possible? How does this even work? I've been working my ass off just to get my first client. I've been following all the tutorials, I implement it, and I get 0 results. So this is a point in the stage where I could quit and just go back and just go full time in a restaurant and just hopefully figure it out. Or I could continue prospecting, stick in the chiro niche from what I've learned, get my next client, and just ensure that I don't fuck this next one up, because this next one is literally gonna make or break me. So what's incredible about the first client is I learned what not to do. So now I'm back in the prospecting game. Another thing I learned from it is I'm sticking to chiro because I learned a lot about the industry and the niche within like the 30 to 45 days. So instead of contacting everyone and their mom, plumbers, dentists, restaurants, this, that, I go super granular into chiropractic offices, start prospecting them, boom, land my first chiropractic client, Dr. Serafini out in Scottsdale. Shout out to you. Still a client to this day. But besides the fact, I landed him as a client, and going into it, I knew I couldn't fuck this up. So what did I do? I reached out for help and mentorship. I identified a kid, Tanner, forget his last name. Shout out to you for watching this. But I identified Tanner, who was getting really good results in the chiropractic space, and I messaged him and said, how much would I have to pay you to show me how to get results for this doctor? And he said $400. And at the time, $400, it's a lot of money. Like, I'm basically going to zero. I'm living paycheck to paycheck. So $400, have this client lined up, right? And this client's paying me $750 a month. So I take that money, I pay him, he shows me the game, we set up the ads for Dr. Serafini, and literally within 72 hours, we're starting to get phenomenal results. Within a month, Dr. Serafini's literally stoked. He's thrilled because we're crushing it. Now, I think this is one of the luckiest moments I've had in my life, to be honest. And so we hit it out of the park for Dr. Serafini, and what happened was the previous Facebook companies, marketing companies that Serafini used, absolutely fell straight on their face. And these were marketing companies that were referred by a big CRM company that was trying to offer CRM and Facebook ads. They were trying to partner with a Facebook ad agency that could deliver results to their hundreds of clients, right? And so Serafini, after getting 2 terrible marketing experiences that are referred from this company called Thrive, he tells them, hey, I'm getting great results now. I'm working with this kid and he's blowing it out of the water. So Thrive, their eyes probably opened up 5 times the size, because they're shitting the bed on their referrals of these marketing companies that are getting none of their clients' results. So they're taking a lot of heat. So they reach out to me, probably super excited, optimistic. Who is this kid? Who's getting these results? So this is the stage where I get my first break, if you will. We meet up for breakfast. We go to First Watch in Scottsdale. It's 3 of their business partners and me. I'm literally freaking 24 years old, don't know shit. I just paid Tanner to get Chris Serafini results. But through this, I'm understanding the patterns and why it's working. And so I literally have 30 days of getting good results for Chris Serafini. Now I'm in a real business meeting situation at dinner with 3 of these guys who are 50 years old, running multiple different companies. Long story short, we come to the proposition that we're gonna split retainer 50-50 on all their clients that they send us, and that our goal is to literally build this thing to $1 million in a year. And my brain's exploding because I'm holy shit, this is crazy. I'm about to be rich as fuck. So huge break here, huge break. I'm having one client pay me $750 a month. Literally within the next 30 days, they send us, Thrive sends me 4 more clients. So literally now I'm at $2,500 to $3,000 a month, just literally putting in the same strategy that Tanner taught me for all these clients. And now we're getting results and we're getting traction. So the moment I realized that I had enough money to cover my rent and just to survive on some food, I couldn't even wait it out. I go into Marcelino's. I tell the business owner, she's super awesome. I tell her, hey, this is what I'm doing. I'm at $2,000 a month and I'm gonna be at $5,000 a month literally within the next 2 weeks. And then I'm gonna be making $50,000 a month in the next 6 months. so I'm quitting. She literally said, hey, you don't even need to put in your 2 weeks. She thought I was absolutely crazy. She thought I was insane because I was like, yeah, 2K to 5K to 50K in 6 months. And I'm pitching her this like it's absolutely certain gonna happen no matter what, no questions asked. She's probably like, this kid's psycho. So I quit the job, do the Thrive thing. I end up getting like 3K a month, 3.5K a month, obviously with churn being a factor. By this time, my lease is ending up in Scottsdale, Arizona. I'm basically making around 3 to 4K a month. And for some reason, I make the decision that I want to move back home to San Diego. I influenced my mom that I wanted to move in with her so that I could save some money, and then I was just going to go all in on this digital marketing thing, and that we had a vision. Us and Thrive were going to build a $1 million agency. We had all the clientele. We knew what we were going to do. We were niched down, and this was going to happen quick. So all I needed to do was just move in with her for like 3-4 months just to get my wits about me, understand where I wanted to move, and then I was out because I was about to make tens of thousands of dollars a month. She probably thinks I'm crazy too, but overall, she's a good mom. Believes in me, lets me move in. So here's the facts. After moving back to California, living with my mom now for two months, I'm still at the same place. I'm actually a little bit lower because we lost a couple clients. I'm right around 2 to 3K a month, and they want me to get a job. So I get a job at a seafood spot, work about 4 days a week just to like show them that I'm not only doing this thing that might be fake fantasy, but I'm also working a job too, because they don't know what the fuck I'm doing. They think this shit's like, what the hell is this kid doing? So I'm working the job, I'm doing the agency, I'm stuck between 2 to 3K a month. We have a little upswing in clients. We get to like 4K a month. And I show my mom and I show them this. So I quit the seafood job. So right around this time, I come across my first mentor, Jeremy Haynes. He's basically a 21, 22-year-old guy who's fucking killing it and has a serious mindset about money and success. And so he starts to brainwash me at this stage, just really changing my perspective about money, success, wealth, and just influencing me that like $5,000 a month is literally nothing. 50K a month is literally no money. Like, you're broke if you do 50K a month. Like, I'm starting to think this. I'm like, how the fuck 50K a month is so much money? He's like, that ain't shit. Like, for real. And so I'm learning from this guy who's teaching me how to prospect, do video prospecting, doing all this like higher level outbound strategy. I'm now doing all these video pitching strategies that he's teaching us. That takes a lot of time and a lot of energy. I'm basically going to websites, auditing them, shooting 5 to 6 minute videos, and trying to do like 10 of those a day. Dr. Hall, Steven here. We spoke very briefly on LinkedIn. I wanted to reach out. I'm not here to waste your time. I want to help you grow your practice. I see here you have a knee program. I specialize in knee programs. I'm currently working with Dr. Steve Tashiro. We just put together a very comprehensive marketing campaign using videos. So they're very exhausting. So I'm doing that. I'm getting brainwashed on money, success, the fact that like $10,000 a month is no money, $50,000 a month is like not even a lot of money. So like just really changing the way I think about this all. And so I just get to the point where I need to quit the seafood job so that I can literally go all in on what he's teaching in terms of the video pitching and stuff. So right now I'm running about 5 to 6K a month, and I am basically changing my internal beliefs on money, success, and where I'm headed. And this is super important part of the stage because all the uncertainty, all the plateau and not growing, and this whole 0 to 10K thing isn't really as easy as what they say. So this is really like the prescription of this sort of mentality and this shift to literally defeat the pain and the anxiety of like what my current reality actually looks like. So from 0 to 5K, here are the 4 critical pieces that allowed me to stepstone from 0 to 1K to 2K to 3K back down to 4K to 5K. So the first one, when I started, I had unwavering conviction that I could actually achieve what I was set out to achieve. When I saw that Tai Lopez ad and when I got into it and I was doing the modules, there was like literally nothing that could stop me from believing that I couldn't do it, because that's how brainwashed I was on the fact that I could make it happen. The second step is that I niched down, and I didn't do it on purpose. I messed my neck up, but that put me in a situation where I could niche down, and I chose Cairo. So you have to niche down. The third one is you got to do whatever it takes to get your first case study. Do whatever it takes to have a proven process that you can replicate in your niche. The fourth one is you have to do an insane amount of outreach. What you think you're doing is probably not enough. Your outreach needs to be at a 10x level, and you have to be willing to send and attempt thousands of emails, doing hundreds of cold calls, walking door to door without getting any results whatsoever, and to still know that there is a strategy and there is going to be a day where you're going to become successful and land your first client. So part 2, 5K to 20K, this is what it looked like. So life is getting pretty good. I'm making right around 5 to 6K a month. My mindset is shifting towards money. I'm feeling more confident. I'm able to shoot videos. I'm pitching multiple clinics. I'm in the mindset where I'm not completely reliant on Thrive to give me new clients. That's the game plan, because I know that I need to get to 10K a month to feel like I can move out and really take a leap on my own. So I'm out here making 5, 6K a month, feeling good, and I make a decision that was overall unwise at the time, but it ended up working out. So I get my own office in Upwork in downtown San Diego because I just wanted to feel like the man to my own self. I wanted to work in an office. I felt like I needed and I wanted this sense of like, I have a real agency, I have a real office, things are working for me. And so I get an office at $1,500 a month when I'm literally making 5 to 6K a month. And so not the smartest move, but in a way, it put me in this situation where like failure was not really gonna be an option here. Like I was gonna wake up, I had no job anymore, wake up, go to the office, work there 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, and just really start to materialize and visualize what was about to go down, which is me going to 10K and then going to 50K from there. So here I am, all in, working 6 days a week from my new office, 4 stories up in downtown San Diego, beautiful view, paying $1,500 a month. Now at this moment, I literally have $6,000 or $7,000 in my bank account, literally about 3 months of expenses ahead. So I was definitely back against the wall. So I'm doing a ton of prospecting, ton of video pitches, trying to get as many sales calls as I possibly could, even though I didn't know how to sell. And at the same time, we're still getting some clients trickling in from Thrive. So I'm slowly growing my portfolio. I'm fine tuning my ad IQ. I'm learning Facebook ads, landing pages, is so dialed into learning how to get clients results and knowing and identifying patterns and just really understanding the game. So this is probably the part of the video where you think I just figure it out and absolutely blow up. That's definitely not the case. Month 3 into the office, I'm still at 5K, 6K. Bringing on one, losing client, bringing on one, losing client. The prospecting is not really working as well as I want it to. And Thrive is sending us clients, but it's just kind of like this equal balance at 5 or 6K. And I'm just stuck. And it's pretty discouraging again because, you know, I'm working 6 days a week, 12, 14 hours, just so into it, and I'm just not getting the scale as fast as I want to. So I'm humming along, working on my clients, just keeping my head down, and I log on to Facebook and I get hit with an ad by Nick Robbins, super awesome guy, who was basically teaching agency owners how to sell, build sales processes, and really what kind of outbound methods were working for him and his agency. I went through it, I immediately knew this is what I need. This is exactly what I feel like is gonna help me break through. So I purchased this program, $1,500 a month, and literally, this is a testimonial for Nick Robbins. Within 9 weeks of going through his course and implementing his process, we literally landed 9 clients. I landed 9 clients, and I went from 5, 6K to 20K a month. So that was my huge jump.
We've got my man Steven, who's been out here, and Steven was inside, the Crusader program, and I remember I was just telling him this. We had a conversation late July, probably right after you joined, and then I didn't hear from him for about 6, 7, 8 weeks or anything. And all of a sudden he was like, man, I just got 9 clients in 9 weeks. I think you're at 10 or 11 now. Super excited.
So from 5K to 20K, the biggest takeaways I had that really allowed me to unleash that growth was 1, you need to learn how to sell and you need a proven, repeatable process. So number 2, sometimes it takes thousands of emails, thousands of cold calls, hundreds of different strategies before you find the one that's gonna work and unleash your growth. So don't quit. Don't be weak, and just know that if you keep going at it, you will find something that's gonna work for you. And number 3, niche down hard. If you can, even niche the niche. Become a specialist in specific services that people are in demand for. Start to build your website. Add as many case studies as possible in that direct specific niche, so that when people start to look you up and when you're having these sales calls, you can reflect people back to proof of colleagues of theirs who are getting success with your marketing services. All right, guys, if you liked the video, if you took anything from it, or if you learned anything from it, please subscribe, like the video, and post any suggestions or comments down below, because I will be reading those. Stay tuned, because I'm going to be dropping more videos on how we went from 0K to building a mid 7-figure agency that does multi 6 figures in net profit. Thank you.